I never expected to see Serana Zelith again. Not after the way she left. Not after the message she carved into the metal wall of our ship instead of saying goodbye. For words, glowing in bioluminescent ink. Forgive me. Stay hidden.
I didn't understand then.
I barely understand now. For 3 years, I lived alone on a forgotten moon called Pelion 3, where the sun never rose without a struggle. The outpost was quiet, sparsely populated, and unimportant, exactly the kind of place someone like me was supposed to disappear. I taught mechanical engineering at a mining academy, fixed outdated star crawlers for extra credits, and pretended that my life had always been this small. But last night everything changed. The sky over Pelion 3 ripped open. Not with thunder, not with fire, with starships.
Hundreds.
No, thousands. They emerged from folded space like a metallic storm, shimmering with blue gravitational light. The miners dropped their tools and ran into the streets. Children screamed. The academy sirens wailed, echoing across the dusty valleys.
Me?
I froze, because hovering at the center of the armada was a vessel I recognized. A ship carved from obsidian black alloy, glowing with lavender star threads along its hull. The flagship of the Calatherian dynasty, the most powerful empire in the Orion spiral. And aboard that ship was my ex-wife, Princess Serana Zelith, heir to the Crystal Dominion, the woman who once chose me over her throne and then vanished without explanation. I had no idea why she had come. No idea why she had brought an imperial armada to a moon with a population of barely 12,000. All I knew was this.
My past had followed me.
And the galaxy had followed her. Beginning, the woman who returned with 1,000 ships. The landing platforms of Pelion 3 were designed for mining freighters, not royal dreadnoughts. But the Calatherian flagship descended with impossible elegance, suspending itself above the rock with anti-gravity fields that hummed like an ancient hymn. A ramp extended. Guards marched out first, their crystalline armor refracting the light in rainbow shards. Behind them, in flowing violet robes and a crown of pulsating energy crystals, Serana stepped forward. She looked exactly as she had the day she left me, ageless, glowing slightly with the bioluminescence of her species, eyes a shimmering silvery blue that changed with emotion. But something was different now. A weight, a fear, a bruise on her heart she tried to hide. Kaelin, her voice trembled on my name. I found you. I swallowed, my throat tight. Serana. I forced myself to stay steady. You can't just appear with an entire fleet. People are terrified. Good, she whispered. Because they should be. Why? She glanced at the sky, at the thousands of ships forming a protective sphere around the moon. Because they're coming.
Who?
She stepped closer and placed her glowing palm against my chest. Her touch was warm, painfully familiar. Kaelin, the Void Collectors have found me. And because you once loved me, they will come for you too. My stomach tightened. The Void Collectors. A myth. A nightmare. A faction whispered about in galactic archives. Machines built by an extinct species, driven by a single directive. Absorb royal bloodlines with rare astral abilities. Use them to rewrite the boundaries of space and time. Serana possessed one of the rarest astral bloodlines in existence, which made her a target. And because she had married me, because our DNA had once intertwined, I was now marked too. Serana, I murmured. Why return now? Why, after 3 years? Her expression softened, breaking with emotion. Because I made a mistake. Leaving you was supposed to protect you. But nothing could protect you from the collectors but me.
She leaned in.
And because I still, A thunderous boom cracked the sky. The ground shook. The flagship's shields flared. Serana's eyes bled from silver into violet. Fear. They found us. Middle. The galaxy at war for one lost marriage. Dark shapes entered orbit. Massive, jagged vessels with obsidian plating and purple void fire trailing behind them. They looked like claws tearing across the stars. The Void Collectors. Pelion 3's miners screamed and scattered as the moon's defense cannons fired useless red bolts into the sky. Serana snapped into command mode instantly, her regal aura returning like a crown settling on her shoulders. Form a barrier. Redirect the upper fleet. Protect the civilians. Calatherian soldiers moved with synchronized perfection. But it wasn't enough. A spear of void energy sliced through the sky, crashing into the mining fields and sending black shockwaves rippling outward. The ground split open. Huge metal tendrils erupted from beneath the surface, collectors tunneling straight through the crust. I grabbed Serana's wrist. We need to leave. She shook her head. If they take this moon, they'll drain its core. Millions will die. I can't abandon them. You're a princess, not a fortress. Her voice deepened with royal finality. I am the heir to an empire. I protect my people. She turned, but I pulled her back. Serana, I'm not losing you again. She stared at me, really stared. The wind blew her lavender hair across her eyes. Kaylin, you were never supposed to be part of this war. Well, I said, stepping toward the erupting battlefield. I married into it, didn't I? A flicker of a smile touched her lips. Still brave, she whispered. Still foolish. The battle for Pelion. 3 collectors swarmed across the mining fields, their forms shifting like liquid metal, absorbing blaster shots and firing void lances that disintegrated anything they touched. Calatherian warriors countered with crystalline rifles, their shots refracting into prismatic explosions. The sky was a tapestry of chaos. Serana raised her hands. Light poured from her palms, bright enough to blind. Her royal bloodline, the astral pulse, surged in a wave that threw collectors back and sealed several fissures in the ground. But every time she repelled them, more appeared. We ducked behind an overturned ore crawler. Kaylin, she said, breathless, there's something I didn't tell you. Now seems like a terrible time for secrets. She grabbed my hand. Her pulse was frantic. 3 years ago, I didn't just leave you. I hid something from you. Serana, Kaylin, the collectors aren't after me alone. A void lance slammed into the crawler beside us, slicing it clean in half. I pulled her down as sparks flew overhead. They're after our child. My heart stopped. I stared at her in shock. Child? What child? Serana, we never. Yes, she whispered. We did. Her eyes shimmered with grief. I found out only days before the coronation raid. Our daughter carries not just my astral bloodline, but yours. Something the collectors never anticipated. My breath turned cold. Where is she? Hidden. In a pocket dimension only I can access. And they want her because... Serana swallowed. Because her existence breaks their calculations. A hybrid with unpredictable astral potential. They believe she could open the infinite gate, a theoretical doorway to rewrite all life. And you think they'll stop at nothing? They never stop. The ground ruptured again. Collectors surged from below. We ran. The game-changing choice, Serana's flagship sent down an extraction beam, but a collector dreadship intercepted it, firing an anti-teleportation pulse that shredded the beam into violet fragments. No escape. We sprinted toward the academy bunker. Children and miners huddled inside, terrified. I slammed the blast door shut behind us. Serana knelt, pressing her glowing hands to the floor, forming a temporary astral shield. "She can stop this war, Kaylin," she whispered. "Our daughter. She has the power of 2 worlds. But she's only a child." "Yes. Which is why I hid her." Collectors hammered the bunker walls. Cracks spread like lightning. "Serana, listen to me." I grabbed her shoulders. "We can end this another way. You don't have to fight alone." She looked at me, eyes trembling between silver and violet. "Why did you really come back?" I asked softly. She exhaled. "Because after everything, after all my duties and decisions, you are the only thing in the galaxy I ever chose for myself." A tear glowed on her cheek. "And I want to choose you again." Before I could answer, the wall exploded inward. Collectors poured through. Serana screamed my name, and everything went black. Ending. The choice that saved the galaxy. I woke in a crystalline chamber. Serana stood over me, bruised and shaking, her robes torn, her crown cracked. Behind her, Calatherian medics stabilized unconscious civilians. "We won," she whispered. I sat up, dizzy.
"How?"
"You trusted me." She helped me stand, guiding me to the chamber's edge. We looked through the transparent wall at the battlefield below. The collectors were frozen, locked in place, surrounded by a shimmering astral barrier. "What did you do?" I asked. "I opened the pocket dimension." Her voice softened. "I didn't bring her out. I only let the collectors glimpse her energy. It was enough to overwhelm their entire neural network. They shut down to reevaluate their directive. So, they're gone. For now. They will return one day. But today we live." I stared at her, at my ex-wife, at the woman who left me to keep me safe, at the mother of a child I hadn't known existed, a child whose tiny heartbeat had just protected an entire moon. "Serana," I whispered, "why didn't you tell me?" Her voice cracked. "Because a part of me was afraid you'd reject me. Reject her. Reject the galaxy that follows me everywhere." She looked away. "But when the collectors came, and I saw you run toward the danger just to reach me, I realized something." "What?" "That I don't want to face tomorrow without you." She hesitated. "Kaylin, will you come back? To the Empire?"
"To me?"
"To our daughter." I stepped closer, put my hand against hers, glowing faintly where our skin met. "Serana," I murmured, "I never stopped loving you." A tear fell, bright as a star. And then, for the first time since she left, she smiled. Not the royal smile she wore for the galaxy, but the soft, fragile smile she once gave me in the quiet nights aboard our little ship. The Armada opened its formation around the moon. Serana laced her fingers with mine.
"Come," she said.
"Our daughter is waiting." I nodded. My alien ex-wife returned, and this time, I'm following her.